Hello viewers. Okay, today we are reviewing Firefox Bobber. Um, this is one of their newest bike. That's what the Firefox says. So let's go ahead and start the review. As Firefox claims that this is a pretty well made bike, and it's pretty expensive too, about 28,000 rupees. So let's see if this bike is worth 28,000. So we will try to compare uh, what Firefox says about the components of this bike. So let's start. So we will start from handlebar. Now Firefox claims that they're using top of the quality parts. So let's start with the handlebar. Handlebar, they say it's a alloy, but well, I'm not sure how we can go ahead and confirm that one. But now let me tell you, this does not have any brand. The company who manufactures is unknown. Definitely this is not Firefox. And stem, this is also does not have any kind of a brand name on it. Okay, so let's go a little further. Okay, there's a few things which I have installed by myself, like a speedometer, bell, it's Firefox, and bottle holder, a backlight. So let's start from suspension now. Suspension is a Sun Tour. It's some kind of a adjustment on it. I'm not sure how that works. That beats me. So now look at the tires. They're Kenda 29-inch tires. Now tires are pretty good because they are Kenda. They are not made by Firefox. So next thing is brakes. Brakes, they are using Tektro brakes. It's pretty good. They are branded. Then another part is hubs. Hubs made by Quando. Now Quando is good company, but I don't know how good it is. They claim it's pretty good. So another thing is crankset. Crankset is by Shimano, and it's using Shimano derailleurs. Front one is Tourney, rear one is Acera with the 7-gear system in the back made by Shimano. Okay, now here's a few things which is making me raise my eyebrow, and how Firefox is making fool of their innocent customers or the first time buyers. The bottom bracket assembly. Now what I mean by saying this, this particular part which goes inside here, it doesn't have any brand on it. Even their website claims the same thing. It says sealed bottom bracket assembly. So no brand on that one. Now let's go ahead and look at the seat post. Seat post clamp, no brand. This is seat post. They say it's 100% aluminum or alloy. It's not actually. If you look at carefully here, right underneath the seat, this is not aluminum. This is metal. Now, seat. So this is the two parts which says Firefox on it. Number one is seat, and number two is frame right here. Now seat, it's a very unique ergonomic design, but material is not up to the mark. So again, nothing. Now we go in the back. tire. Now this is 29 inch. Again, it's a rim, does not have any brand on it. I don't think so. It's a Firefox. It's probably some third-party company who's making for Firefox. Another disgusting thing that I have seen is it doesn't have any kind of decals on the wheel itself. So I am not sure if Firefox is justifying the value for the money on any of their bikes. Not on this one, but any of their bikes. They are overpriced and underperformed, you can say. Another thing is pedal. Now pedal is also some kind of a generic brand. It doesn't have any name on it. Their website says PP. Pedal is PP. I don't know what PP means in the pedal category is. So Firefox is making their customers or first-time buyers or youngsters or innocent people fool. Now this is 28,000 rupees bike. So if you say, you know what, you can give me the discount, and this is how the Firefox salesman will deal with you. He will say, I'll give you free stand, I'll give you free bottle holder, I'll give you free bell, I'll give you some other attachment as a free. Now this is tricky because it's a expensive bike, and what you are getting for it is pretty much nothing. If you ask me how much the cost of this actual bike would be, the stuff they have used on this bike as a component, I don't think so. This bike costed Firefox more than 5,000 rupees, and they're selling it for 28,000. So it's not like I have a problem in price, but it's just the price compared to the components which they are using on it is horrible. They're using cheap product. Especially few things which I have mentioned it, like rims, bottom bracket assembly, seat post clamp, handlebar stem. It's all generic. They are using Shimano brake levers and gear system, which Firefox doesn't have to do anything with it because it's an entirely different company. So obviously they are using gear system as a Shimano branded, tire branded, suspension, the front one, because this only have a front suspension. It's a Suntour. Again, it's in a good company. Now another thing which I noticed, I think it's probably the Suntour company. Now if you look at underneath here, you will see this part. Now I painted this black, but when I purchased it, it was just a plain, nothing on it, no paint, nothing. So what I did is I took a brush and black paint, and I kind of painted the inside because it was start getting rusted. Now another thing which I have noticed, now this bike is only 2.5 months old. Don't forget that. It's 2.5 months old, and I ride it between 5 to 7 kilometers a day. So which makes it approximately 200 kilometers a month. Now what I noticed in 2.5 months, in the bottom bracket assembly, this part here, I start getting some kind of clicking noise. Now this tells me this part is not good at all. If you, within 2.5 months and approximately, I'll say 450 or 500 kilometers I have ridden it, and I'm start getting a clicking noise, that means this product is definitely not good. Not at all. this is the one thing which I have come up as a little problem and the bike. Now, another thing which I have noticed is the brakes. One of the brakes is not performing well. There might be some kind of adjustment it's required or needed. But otherwise, I do not recommend Firefox bike to anyone. 28,000 rupees is not small amount, and if you compare it with some international brands, they might be costing a little more, and but they are worth it. But Firefox, I don't think so it's worth any money anymore, because it's just strange. It's just strange. They are making fool of their customers, that's for sure. So I don't recommend to anyone unless or until you really just want to get into it. Now, paint job, what kind of paint job they have done, it's not up to the mark. This bike comes in red color only, and only red color. Now, it doesn't have any kind of a protecting coating on it, that means clear coat or any kind of a ceramic coating, which can prevent the bike from getting scratched by some kind of metal. So I really not impressed with this bike, not at all. It's kind of it makes me feel like it that I have wasted my 28,000 rupees. I really not in favor of Firefox anymore, because I think I should have got it some other brand. I'm not saying some brands like Hero or something, but some other brand for sure. So, well, if you have any questions or any feedback, leave me a comment. Thank you. Bye bye.